So your energy comes through in the sacred space of the heart as I try and draw down the root chakra energy. I can't bring it down into me, and I get propelled out to the rainbow road. And as soon as you hit the rainbow road, you turn into this classical ballerina, and like you're just dancing, I don't know, some kind of ballet performance to classical music, and then all of a sudden the black swan comes in and starts, like, with really intense, heavy, crazy music, starts dancing and taking the spotlight away from this, like, pink ballerina. And then it kind of goes back and forth in this battle between the black swan ballerina and the pink ballerina, and then the pink ballerina actually kind of like gives up and lies down, almost like she's passed out, and this angel comes down and grabs the pink ballerina to take her up, kind of like towards heaven type of a thing. But the black swan ballerina comes in and like projects up and grabs the pink ballerina and holds the pink ballerina down on the rainbow road. And what happens is they together start to form this balanced energy of like yin and yang energy, and then they actually become that yin and yang symbol, like their heads lay down on each other, and I see like the black and white of the yin and yang, and so I get harmony and balance here. And so as then the projection moves forward, I see an airplane, like you move through the portal and your energy takes a passenger seat in this airplane. And so an airplane to me is kind of like a journey, and journey always represents a life journey to me. So I get that somebody's a pilot, and almost like this pilot, but you're taking a back seat, in a passenger seat. And so I get that, I'm not sure, but if you feel like somebody's kind of leading your life, or there's somebody who's and it might even be you, a component of you that's kind of driving and dictating where things are going, and you're this other part of you, or it could be a specific person in your life, is kind of dictating what the outcome is, and you're just taking this back seat. And I saw you sleeping, so it's almost like you had given up, you weren't even trying to be an active participant. So as soon as that happens, then I see you get this parachute, and you walk to that exit door that you're not supposed to twist the handle on, and you go and twist the handle, and you blow out of the side of the airplane, and you parachute down into like this grassy land, and I see you lose the parachute and run towards this tower. And it's this huge tower, and I get that you're going to go into this tower to get better perspective, right? Because in a tower, it's kind of like felt like it was almost like a watchtower. And so, why would you go into a watchtower? Number one, I think because you're protected, but number two, because you can get a really grand perspective of all the, everything surrounding you. And so as you climb up to the very top of this tower, it's like a paper thin slit of light is coming through. And so I feel like you've gotten into this protective plate. You've made your exit plan through the airplane, and it's like you're trying to find your freedom, yet you now run to this protective tower and trying to get more insight, perspective of what's going on, yet you're extremely limited. You can't see anything. And so I feel like you've almost left maybe a situation, or left this dynamic of this pilot and passenger situation, and but found yourself in just another situation where now you've protected yourself maybe so much because of what happened before, that you've put up this protective shield or barrier, and you still don't have the perspective that you're seeking. And so then I see you like grab a dynamite box, and you push the dynamite, and everything crumbles down around you, and it's like then you're laying on the top of this rubble, like totally vulnerable, unable to move. You're like exhausted, completely just done almost. It's like you've given up. And I get that then these large eagles come in and pick you up. And so anytime eagle, you have to think has the best sight, right? So the grandest perspective on things. And eagle is one of the most majestic creatures also, right? So I get that there's now this healing magic of greater perspective that's coming in. And so what I get is this, when you finally let go of the protective tower and you become that most vulnerable state, that's when this magical kind of energy and the best perspective is going to come in and save you or take over. And so from here, the eagle flies you to your Akashic records, which is another tower, and it's like this straight up and down tower, and the eagle like lands on the top of it and drops you right on the top, and it's like this big sliding, winding tunnel down, drops you into the floor of this tower, and it's dark, but it's not like it's light dark, it's like you're blind inside. So as soon as you hit the bottom, I get the feeling that you're still blind. And so being in the records, this represents all the wisdom and divinity, right, that you have access to. And so I got that you were blind to something within this connection. And as soon as I made that realization, the lights all turned on, and I saw the records kind of lay out. It was still very kind of like castle and stone, but like a rectangle, and it's almost like a colonial house's floor print started to show up. So I saw like there was a dining room and a formal living room, and like I felt all these compartments of the floor plan of where you were standing, and it almost felt like house or home. And so I called on your higher self, because I don't know what's going on now, and I asked what's for the highest good for you to know at this point in time. And your higher self said that it is the one word I remember was paranoia. And so this is kind of how it started out, saying that there is a perspective issue, and that there's almost this form of paranoia going on where you're interpreting what you see around you. How you interpret it is what your reality is, and you're not. There's something that you're projecting from your internal state to the external world, and then because of how you're perceiving things, you create this almost paranoia in the field around you. And your higher self was saying that you have to work on yourself and change this perception of what's going on around you, so that you can see clearly. And so, and again, I get back to, then they were showing me the tower crumbling and you lying on top of that rubble. It's like the overall message seemed to be, let go of the protective covering or this protective shield that's around you, and allow yourself to be vulnerable. And then that's when this healing kind of magical energy is going to come in and allow you to see things in the most clearest and grandest kind of perspective possible. And so that's kind of the mantra that they were stating, is become vulnerable, let go of the protective shield, and then that which you think you're seeing is going to change to be the actual reality in which what is happening around you. So with light and love.